Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pickup pile for you guys today, and today we are asking what will happen in 2021. So yeah, this is going to be a really exciting reading. The last one I uploaded was basically about like your New Year message. It was pretty much what you needed to know in order to make 2021 the best year ever. And this is kind of along the similar type of lines, but not totally. While that one was more of like messages and tips and suggestions for you on what you can do to make it good, this is more so just like the overall prediction of what will wind up happening. So not so much tips and suggestions, but just like, hey, this is your 2021. This is your 2021 rundown. So get ready. This is the upcoming year in review before the year even happens. So that's what this reading is basically all about. And I know I covered this in my last pick a pile I did, but I'm still working out some kinks on doing my lives. I do plan on going live again soon because I want to incorporate those and do those as more of like a regular thing in the new year, especially right now starting in January. So I'm planning to probably return to doing lives again by this weekend, so maybe around Friday or Saturday. I just have to, tweak my schedule there. And like I said, I will keep you guys posted. I will let you know. And once I do, whenever the next video is I post, like pick a pile or whatever, I will put the information for upcoming lives in the description down below. So just kind of be on standby for that. It's a work on progress, but it's coming. So I hope you guys are having a very happy and prosperous and good new year, even though we're just a few short days into it. But, we got to make this thing better than what 2020 was. That's for sure. 2020 was a shit show. So anyway, here we go. Let's long. I don't even know what I'm saying now. I'm just like on a roll. I'm talking faster than what my brain can keep up with, apparently. Or my mouth is moving faster. I don't know. Anyways, I make up words sometimes when I talk just because it's like, here we go. Okay. I was going to say, let's launch into these pile introductions so you guys know what your choices are in terms of piles. Okay. So continuing on with the Christmas ornament theme, because the Christmas trees and ornaments and stuff are not down and put away yet, but that's okay because they could be up all year as far as I'm concerned, and that would make me super happy. But these are some teeny tiny ornaments. They could basically be like little charms pretty much. I think they're sterling silver or something, but they're from a little tree. And pile number 1 is this tiny little reindeer. So a little reindeer, silver reindeer here. This one is pile 1. And the reindeer, of course, pulls along Santa's sleigh, in which the sleigh is pile number 2. So pile 2 is the silver sleigh, if you're all about sleighing. And who sits in the sleigh but none other than Santa. And Santa is pile number 3. And he's silver as well. He's not, really red here, but he is definitely Santa. And pile number 4, once Santa, his reindeer, and sleigh arrive at a house, what do? They encounter a Christmas tree so he can deliver the presents underneath there on Christmas Eve. So here's a silver little tree. Anyway, those are your pile options. Timestamps are down below. And we're going to start off here with the little reindeer group, pile number 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the silver little reindeer, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what's going to happen for you in 2021. All right, exciting stuff, you guys. Okay, so I have a lot of cards here from a lot of different decks because I really wanted to try and cover as much space, as much information as we could possibly dive into. And we're going to start off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I'm just going to start laying things out so we can kind of pick up the whole scope of things and, connect the dots and put it all together. So you guys have the Six of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Hermit, the Five of Swords. Actually, let me move these down here. There we go. And the Moon. Okay, you guys. So here's what I see going on just out of your tarot cards so far before we even get into the rest of the fun yet to come. So the first thing that I see happening for you guys are options, choices, because that's what the Seven of Cups is all about. It can be all about trying to make a decision and unfortunately battling some illusions around making those choices. As you can see on the card, this unicorn is trying to decide what cup to take, but if you look at all the cups, they all have something different inside. One has a snake, another one has like a little like wreath kind of thing. Another one has like a unicorn head, another has a dragon. There's all kinds of things in these cups. And this unicorn here looks very undecided and very confused as to what to choose. So at some point this year, it may not be right now, it could be sometime later in the year, but at some point there may be some decisions that need to be made. And I feel like it's going to be a very confusing time for you when this happens, that there's going to be a lot of illusions, which is going to make it a million times harder to make the right choice. I do think that you will make the right choice, but it's going to be a challenge. Maybe you're like me, maybe you're like a Libra or something, and you're able to see the good and the bad, the pros and the cons in every option, and therefore it's like a million times harder for you to decide. It's like, even if someone asks you a small question, like, hey, where do you want to go eat tonight? You're like, I don't know. Do I want pizza? Do I want burgers? Do I want Mexican food? I don't know. There are so many good choices. So that could kind of be you. And I don't feel like the illusions are necessarily like other people lying to you or deceiving you. I feel like it's more so something that you're doing to yourself. That you have kind of created illusions around these choices because it's like there's so much overthinking going on about them. You're like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. And to back up the illusion thing here, we also have the Moon. And the Moon can be about illusions, it can be about secrets, it can be about not seeing things clearly. However, on the plus side, the Moon can also be about our intuition, our inner knowing. So I feel like in order for you guys to get past any illusions that come up, and in order to narrow it down and to make a choice when these decisions come up, when you're at a crossroads, a fork in the road, and you don't know what direction to take, you need to get into that intuition. You need to go with what you know that you know that you know is the right thing to do, even if it sounds crazy, even if it sounds insane, even if other people don't agree with you. It's not about what other people think or what other people do or what other people say, because it's your life. You live it. They don't. So, I would say as long as your choice isn't something that hurts you or hurts other people, then trust your gut. That's the most important thing. So, so I feel like you definitely are going to have to work past some illusions in order to make the right choice. But I do feel that you guys will make the right choice because you're going to tap into that intuition, your inner knowing that is going to guide you and lead you along the way. And one of the best ways to do that is to basically go within. And that's what the Hermit is all about. The Hermit is basically someone who kind of withdraws and goes within and stays to themselves pretty much. It's not someone who goes around like blabbing and talking about all their problems to everyone under the sun or anything like that. They take a step back and you're like, and they're just like, you know what? I'm going to pray on this. I'm going to meditate on this. I need to like take a beat for myself. I need to go outside and take a walk in nature, whatever it is that works for you. You know, get in your car, take a drive, put on some music or something, you know, whatever it is that is your thing that helps you. But the point is, it's about taking that time to go within and meditate and kind of contemplate on your own kind of a thing. You know, the hermit can kind of be interpreted as that person who's a little bit of a recluse or anything like that. But you know, right now we're all kind of like hermits because we're in this weird season of quarantine, lockdowns and stuff like that. You know, we're not able to go out and do things the way that we were able to do them, you know, a year ago at this time. So yeah, this is a good time to spend that time going with him, but I think that it's definitely going to help you and it's going to illuminate things. And if you see this unicorn holding the little lantern here, that lantern is the unicorn's guide. It's this sparkle of light. It's this little ray of hope. And I feel like you guys are definitely going to find that by going within and spending that time in prayer. And through that, you'll tap into your intuition here, and the illusions will be broken, and you'll be able to see clearly and make the right choice in front of you. And, you know, these choices could be in regards to anything. I just realized the cards are not perfectly in view, so I'm going to move them a little bit. But these choices could be in regards to anything. It could be in regards to love, your career. It could be dealing with your family, dealing with friendships. It could be a move. Take it as it resonates. It could be a whole bunch of different things. It's probably going to be a bunch of different things to a bunch of different people, realistically. And then we have the Five of Swords, which is about conflict. And really, I feel like there's pretty much conflict around trying to make these decisions. So I don't feel like these are going to be small choices, which is like I said earlier, like, oh, where should we eat tonight or whatever, although that could be challenging for you too. But I feel like these are big, like, life-changing decisions, like, you know, should I take the job that is clear across the country and uproot my whole life type of major decisions, or, you know, like, hey, should this be the year I get married or something like that? Should this be the year I have a baby or something like that? Like, we're talking about major life-altering decisions, which is why there's going to be a lot of conflict. And I honestly feel like most of this conflict is within. Some readers look at this card as like, you know, deception and conflict with other people. But considering we're talking about decision making, I feel like the conflict is just really within. It's within yourself. I feel like you're kind of like your own biggest enemy when it comes to this. And, you know, who knows? Maybe I'm kind of reading for myself right now because, Shadow, really? Shadow wants to just like lay on your cards right now. I don't know if you guys can see, but he's like laying on your cards. Anyway, he's such a weirdo. I love him. But yeah, I feel like the conflict really is coming from within. You know, I do that to myself a lot too, where it's just like I overthink and I overanalyze, and then I wind up becoming my biggest enemy about making certain choices. So, you know, like I can even say that I connect to this on a certain level for myself. But I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like there are a lot of people who definitely go through this and experience this. So, yeah, but there's a lot of inner conflict. I don't think it's necessarily like other people bringing the conflict to you, that the illusion is coming from the way you've kind of warped things yourself in your own mind. Then we have the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is all about somebody who does have like an authentic love offering, someone who does have, you know, good emotional intent towards you. But this is usually someone who doesn't say anything about it, because they're not a knight. They're not someone who's taking action. They're not a king. So they're not somebody who is like strong in their power in this, but they're still someone who cares. So if you guys do have like a particular love situation in your life, in 2021, I do believe somebody is there who cares, who does love you, who does have emotion and feelings for you, but they're a bit held back. And it could be for a lot of different reasons. You know, maybe they're with somebody else, maybe you're with somebody else, maybe, you know, there are just other factors like insecurities and that kind of thing if you guys are both single. But either way, it seems like this is someone who's probably holding back. And the other thing that the Page of Cups do is they're usually somebody who's watching on the outside. So maybe this is someone that you're connected to on social media. They could, you know, check up on your social accounts, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Snapchat, wherever it is you guys are connected. But I do feel like there's somebody out there who does care about you, who is interested, but they may not say or do a lot. But regardless, I do think there is going to be a season and a time and a period of celebration for you guys with the Six of Cups. Because the Six of Cups is all about celebration. I mean, just look at this card. These unicorns are so happy, it's not even funny. You know, they're carrying their wands, they're wearing these wreaths, they're celebrating, they're having a good time. Everything's fantastic. So I do feel like you guys are going to enter a season of celebration and good times. And I feel like this is going to happen once you guys are past this point of making these decisions. So once the illusions have passed and you have tapped into your gut intuition and everything here, and you've finally made the right choice, I feel like that's going to take you into a season of celebration and good times. So overall, that's pretty good stuff. Now, Shadow, if you don't mind me, let's see what else we have. We're going to literally see what is brewing for you guys in 2021. So we have nail salon venting, talking about your issues. Envy. Aligning yourself with the universe. I don't know whether to hold this card vertical or horizontal, because horizontal is the picture, but vertical are the words. So, I don't know. I'm just going to do vertical right now. And we have fulfilling a fantasy. Okay, so with these cards hooked into these, here's what I see. I feel like when you guys are going through your time period of, you know, sorting through this decision, whatever it is you're trying to decide on, whatever it is you're trying to figure out, you know, getting past these illusions, trying to make a choice, having all these options in front of you, I feel like you will be consulting others on it. It's like there's going to be that time where you go within and you're the hermit about it and you're peaceful and you're quiet and you meditate. But before you get to this point, like I feel like this is going to come at the end of your process. But at the beginning, you may go to other people for help. You know, talking about your issues. That's what it says on this card, talking about your issues. So I do feel like before you get to the point where you make the final judgment call, you are going to consult others, friends, family members, people that you trust, whatever the case may be. But I do feel like you're not going to be alone in trying to make the decision. So I do feel like you're going to vent out how you feel and express that. And probably after that time period, you'll probably take everything that you learned and understood from those conversations into your time of going within as the hermit to make that decision. And I feel like one of the reasons there is illusion behind your decision-making process here, as I cough out of nowhere, like I said earlier, you guys, I feel like this is kind of like a mental thing, like it's your own overthinking and analyzing that is providing those illusions. And one of the reasons is I feel like envy is one of those reasons that as you're in the process of figuring this out, unfortunately, you may wind up comparing yourself to other people. You may wind up comparing yourself to like other situations and how other people would go about whatever this thing is. And you may look at others and, you know, maybe you're going to be like, oh, well, you know, when they were my age, they were further along and doing X, Y, and Z or something like that. But you may find irrational reasons to be envious. And chances are whoever it is that you're being envious of has probably been through their own struggles and has probably been through their own shit and their own problems too. So whatever it is that you're envying, chances are that person had to probably fight hard and go through a lot of crap in order to get to where they're at. So there's probably really no reason to envy them. You know, they're just further ahead in the process than you is what it comes down to. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to get to where they are. You're just in a different season. You know, it would be like an 8-year-old being envious of a 16-year-old for being able to drive. That doesn't mean that the 8-year-old is never going to drive. It's just they have to wait 8 years. They have to grow up and become 16 to get there, but they're going to get there. You know, the 16-year-old was just born first. That's just the way it is. So don't envy somebody, and don't let that kind of, you know, take root inside of your head in creating illusions, because that's going to trip you up in making those decisions. But I think aligning yourself with the universe here makes perfect sense. I feel like it's basically the perfect match here for the Hermit card. These are very similar energies here of just spending that time going within, praying, meditating, you know, being with yourself and really sorting it out. Because, you know, as great and as wonderful as it is to have conversations with others and vent out our frustrations, at the end of the day, other people can't make those choices for us, and we need to do it ourselves. And, you know, that time of praying and meditating and going within and being on your own is ultimately what's going to lead you there. So, you know, you may not get to that point right away, but eventually you will, and that's really going to help you. And just like with the Six of Wands here, by the time you get this figured out, you're going to be fulfilling a fantasy. Now, it could be something like on the kinky side here, like kind of what this card looks like, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be any fantasy. It could be a fantasy dealing with a particular person, yes, but it could also be a fantasy of like having the dream job or getting the dream house, or, you know, the dream this, the dream that. Whatever the dream is for you, I feel like that dream is going to be fulfilled at some point in 2021. All right. Now we also have a few cards from Amira's Love Oracle, because I figured it would be good to kind of check in on the love situation here, just in general, see what comes through. We have Control. I feel like I'm running out of space, and it's because of my dog. Shadow, do you mind if you get up for like a minute, please? I need to put more cards on that side, and you're kind of in the way. Can you go over there? Can you go over there, please? He's like, no, I want to stand here. Over there. Over there. Because I want them to see their cards. I don't want them to see your butt. He's being so stubborn right now. I'm sorry, you guys. He's being ridiculous. Please, go over there. Over there. Over there, please. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. No. Over here. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. He's getting ridiculous. We're having a technical difficulty during this reading right now. I'm sorry, you guys. He's getting all stubborn. Okay. All right. Control. I'm going to put that there so you don't come over here anymore. Please, Shadow, because I want it to be in the shot. We have Triangle. Gosh. And Ice Queen. Okay. So with everything else that's going on here, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at him. He's being ridiculous right now. So with everything else that's going on here, I feel like for some of you guys, this decision-making process here of trying to make a choice, it could actually be Shadow not on the cards. He's having control issues. He wants to like control this reading. Okay, shake it off. Over there. Please, there's so much space over there. Please. This is why I have this line here, so that way then he can be on that side. But for some reason he wants to be on this side lately when I do readings, and it's very, very distracting, as you can tell. Well, you don't have to be like practically on the edge of the bed, dude. There's so much space. Okay. Anyway, this dog, I swear. Give this video a thumbs up if you love Shadow, because even if you don't like this video at all, he's cute and he definitely deserves a thumbs up. Anyway, yeah, so I was saying with this decision-making thing, I feel like for some of you guys, this could be a choice between two different people with the triangle. You know, we've got the girl and the two dudes here, and this could be you. You could, you know, even if you don't have anybody in mind right now, you could wind up having two people in mind at some point during the year, and you're probably going to have to make a decision. You know, do I want Joe or do I want John? You know, who do I want? So yeah, you may have to make a choice between two people. That could be what the big thing is here, trying to make a decision between the two of them. And because of that, you could be trying to control, like, the outcome of this. You could be trying to control yourself. You could be trying to control them. You could be trying to just, like, control the entire thing. And I feel like the control is once again tied to those illusions that we were talking about at the very beginning of this reading. So there's control and there's envy that is going to be let go of here when it comes to making the right decision. But I do feel like for some of you guys, it's definitely going to be a decision dealing with a love triangle where you're going to be deciding between two people. And with Ice Queen, I basically feel like this is just a reminder to not become cold and icy yourself during the process of this, because you could be so frustrated trying to make a decision and feeling envious and trying to have control over the situation. Honestly, it could just kind of lead you to be a bitch. And not just to these two dudes you're trying to make a choice between, but just in general towards people. You know, you could find yourself being snippy and snotty towards other people just because you're all caught up and wound up within yourself. So it just winds up kind of exuding in your conversations and your exchanges with other people. So just be aware of that. Try not to do that because, you know, just nobody likes a bitch. That's not fun. So I feel like this is just, you know, a little reminder to try to not go there. And we have a few cards from the Divine Dog deck because, well, clearly we gotta do something about dogs here because Shadow definitely wants it to be about dogs. So let's do this for Shadow, shall we? We have Success, Honor Your Gifts. Balance, Steady as She Goes. And Patience, Any Day Now. Okay, so let's start off here with this Patience card, which I can totally relate to because I get aggravated with having to have patience myself. But I feel like this is basically saying to have patience with yourself and to have patience with the process. Because when you're trying to make major decisions in life, which, like I said, I feel like for you guys, you're going to be at some major crossroads in 2021, trying to make some difficult decisions over big life changes. And even if you're not like this third party between two people love situation, just disregard this part for you and take the rest as it resonates. Because for some of you, I feel like this might be about other big stuff like career stuff or family stuff or, you know, whatever. So it doesn't necessarily have to be love. But the point is, whatever it is that thing is you're trying to make a decision about, have patience with yourself. Give yourself grace and be kind to yourself. Don't get upset if the answers don't come right away because they will come. It's just there is a process to it. And part of that is about finding balance. And this is something that you guys are going to be finding during your times of having patience. Part of this is about balance, you know, letting go of control, letting go of envy, letting go of things that are just difficult and challenging and icky and toxic and shouldn't be there in the first place, so you guys can make the right decisions. So I feel like you're going to be finding balance in that. And once you do, success will be yours, just like with that Six of Wands and the celebration. You know, you're going to have success in this, whether it's in love, in your career, in your family, in your friendships, whatever it is, this big thing is you're trying to make a decision about, or could be multiple things too, for that matter. You're going to find success. It will be yours. It may take some time and some effort and some work, but I feel like you guys are in store for quite the journey in 2021. But it's going to be a fun journey. I think that by the time you guys are at the holiday season for 2021, you're going to have quite the year to share and talk about. And if you guys do like those holiday newsletters or whatever, you're going to have a really fun one to write up for people to know about. So just enjoy the ride. Have fun with it. Try not to be so, I don't want to say dark, but yeah, don't try to control it. Just kind of be lighthearted and enjoy the ride. Treat it like a roller coaster. Instead of being, nervous and scared and upset about it, throw your hands up and scream and enjoy the ride. You have one of two options as to how to handle it, and it would be much better to handle it in a fun way than I'm gonna die way. Okay, finally, to wrap this up for you guys, I have your Loving Words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, and you guys got, I have faith, or if you have faith, as a grain of a mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. Matthew 17:20. So basically, this card is a good reminder to you guys that no matter what it is that you're going through 2021, whether it's this stuff specifically, trying to make these decisions, or anything else in life, have faith. And it doesn't have to be like super crazy, ginormous, big, huge faith. It just needs to be a little itty bitty teeny tiny bit, and that will be enough. And miracles can come through even just the tiniest drop of that. So that's basically what I see going on for you guys in your 2021. If this message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot too. Like I said, give a thumbs up here just for Shadow. Give him a round of applause. Anyway. But yeah, feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know when I'm going live, because you'll be notified about that, and then you guys can hop on in and participate and, get a reading. So anyway, that's basically what I have for you guys. So I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by, spend a little bit of time with me here today. It warms my heart and it means the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this cute little silver sleigh, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is going to happen in 2021. All right, so we're going to start things off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay these all down out here, and then we'll just kind of see how they link up together, connect the dots, that kind of thing, and go from there. So you guys have the Ten of Swords, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, Death, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Wow. All right. So you guys have some intense stuff going on, as it is already. Okay, so we're going to get into the Ten of Swords and Death, because I feel like these two basically kind of go hand in hand together right off the bat. So the Ten of Swords is pretty much what it looks like on the card. It is the ending of something. And out of all the cards in this deck, this is probably my least favorite card, simply because I don't like seeing all the swords in the unicorn making it all dead and shit. So, yeah, but that's basically what the Ten of Swords it's about. It's an ending. And considering these are a lot of swords in that unicorn, it's usually not a peaceful type of ending. It's not the type of ending where someone dies and they go in their sleep. It's usually a painful ending, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be actual death itself, but it's painful, whatever it is. And then to back that up, we have the Death card, which is once again an ending. But the good thing about the Death card is I don't just take it as an ending, but I also take it as a beginning. Because whenever something ends, that always means that something new is coming along. You know, it's like the circle of life. With every ending, there's a new and fresh beginning. So I feel like at some point in 2021 this year, unfortunately, you guys are probably going to go through a very painful ending with something. And this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be losing a family member, for example. It could be a lot of different things. But it's definitely going to be a very painful a not easy thing to go through. And there's going to be transformation through it, because I also take the Death card as a type of transformation. Because, you know, when you are going through the death of something and you're entering a new beginning, there's a transformation that happens within that, obviously. So yeah, there's going to be some crazy difficult stuff going on. And the Three of Swords also backs that up in terms of like the painful ending, because the Three of Swords can be about heartache, heartbreak, pain, suffering, just like emotional torment and hardship, and just kind of feeling like you're going around doing your business, doing your thing, going about the day, but you feel like you're kind of like leaving this emotional trail of blood everywhere you go, because your heart is just in so much pain and it feels so heavy. And I get it, because I've been there and I've had days, weeks, months where I have felt like that myself. So I feel like you guys may be going through some of that, especially if you guys go through the experience of like losing a loved one, especially if someone actually passes in your life. I feel like this is going to be super strong and super hard for you. And that's, you know, that's something that's not easy for anybody, because that involves the grieving process, and that looks different for everybody, and that takes time and all these other things. So, like I said, it doesn't have to be like physically losing someone. It could be a painful ending of a relationship or a job or something too. But either way, this is going to be really painful. This is going to be really hard for you guys. And I feel like going through those things is really going to have you guys look at your belief system, basically, because that's what the Hierophant is about. The Hierophant talks about our belief system, our traditions, our values. So whatever this great loss is that's happening in 2021, the reason it's going to be transformative for you guys and bring about this new beginning is because it's really going to make you question what you believe in. It's going to make you question how you live your life and how you go about things. You know, like let's say, for example, somebody who's close to you does wind up passing. It may wind up making you look at life differently, like, hey, you know, life is really short, and the way I'm living it is not really productive. And there are better ways I could be living my life. And this person's death, in a sense, could wind up inspiring you to live your life in a way that is bolder and braver and stronger and more courageous. And it could inspire you to sparkle and shine even more, because maybe before you just kind of held back and you're like, I'm okay with just being ho-hum, content Joe Schmo. Like, I don't need to reach for the stars or anything. But this may motivate you to be like, I should reach for the stars. I can do this. So I feel like whatever is going on here, it's definitely going to inspire you to rise higher and to be stronger and to be a better version of yourself. And even if it's not like the death of somebody, like if it's the death of a relationship, it could teach you that, hey, you know what? Like, maybe you got out of an abusive relationship, for example. It could teach you that, like, hey, my belief system in relationships is screwed up. I deserve someone who's going to love me and respect me and communicate with me and not cheat on me and not hit me. And, all these different things are so much better that you should be expecting in a relationship. If it's a job situation, maybe you worked really hard and you weren't paid for the proper amount of time for what you were really worth, and you might find yourself raising yourself and your value in terms of your work life and say, hey, you know what? I need to raise my rates on how I do things. I need to not bend over backwards for every single person asks me to do. And I need to establish better boundaries in that. So whatever it is, it's going to help you establish a better belief system in how you do some things. And by doing that, it's going to put you into being the high priestess. And the high priestess is somebody that everyone is definitely really interested in. Everyone wants to know what's going on with her, what makes her tick, how she's doing, what she's up to, who she's hanging out with. People want to know, but they don't know because she doesn't share all this. She kind of keeps it to herself and she's private. She may have a lot of things going on, but she doesn't share it. She doesn't put it on social media. She doesn't put it on blast or anything like that. And I feel like that's something, once again, that you'll be learning here while being the Hierophant, kind of in this position of learning new belief systems and developing better traditions and values for yourself. Like I said, it's going to put you in this high priestess position where you're going to be like, yeah, you know what? I don't need to share everything. It's okay to be a little mysterious here and let people wonder and let people kind of, ask for more in a sense from that way. And because you're also going to be going through this time of transformation, it's going to help you get in better touch with your own intuition, because the high priestess, she's very intuitive. People may not know necessarily what's going on with her, but she knows what's going on with everybody else. And it's not because she's a busybody. It's not because she gets involved in everybody's business. It's because she's highly intuitive. She taps into that sixth sense. She just knows stuff. So yeah, I mean, that can be really powerful if she's someone who's on your good side, but it could be a bad thing if you have her on your bad side. So, yeah, but I feel like you're just going to know what's going on with other people because that intuition, that gift is going to be strengthened through this process. And ultimately, this whole death and transformation period, it's going to bring you to your 10 of Cups. And your 10 of Cups is basically happily ever after. I mean, just look at this card. This card screams happily ever after. We have happy unicorns. We have a rainbow. We have a pink sky. It's just happy. It just says happiness. So yeah, it's basically happily ever after. It's ultimate fulfillment. It's ultimate fulfillment specifically in terms of emotional things, in terms of love and that kind of stuff. So I do feel like for most of you, this will be emotional fulfillment that you will be encountering. It could, be other things too that will be fulfilled as well, but definitely emotionally, which makes sense because you guys are really going to be going through the ringer here in terms of emotional hardship. So it makes sense that that's eventually going to turn around and you're going to have your 10 of Cups here, your emotional fulfillment. So this year is really going to be about a lot of death, transformation, and eventually leading to your happily ever after. So it's going to be like low lows and high highs, but it's going to be quite the story to tell. All right. We're also going to see what is brewing for you guys in 2021. Same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and lay these cards down and see how they kind of connect and play in with everything else we have here. We have fake apology, sexual protection, crush, and parenting. Okay, so adding in these 4 cards in conjunction to everything else that's going on here, I do feel like for some of you that this death and transformation process, it is going to be the death of a relationship. Now, it may not be for all of you, so once again, it's a general reading. It's not necessarily going to be specific for each and every person. For some of you, this could still be like a loved one passing. It could be a job thing or whatever. But I do feel like for some of you, it is love related, because I feel like whoever it is that's going to wind up breaking your heart ultimately, they're gonna kind of be a fake person. They're probably gonna be someone who falls into the categories of being a narcissist or a sociopath, something along those lines. Someone who's just toxic and not healthy for you, basically. They may come back to you many times trying to apologize and kind of try to reel you back in, but I feel like you guys definitely need to stand your ground and say no to this person once and for all. Cut the cord, be done, and, basically put death to the situation. Because when you do that, when you put the nails in the coffin here once and for all, you're not going to fall for their fake apologies and be roped into this anymore. And I would definitely say be careful if you have connected to this person intimately. They could have diseases. They could wind up knocking you up, because we also have the parenting card here. But either way, I feel like it's definitely important to warn you guys that if you are connecting on that level, you definitely need to be protected. And you definitely need to cut cords from this person too, because, sexual bonds are bonds that are like super strong, and they can stick for like at least a solid decade. So you need to snip that stuff, chop it, get rid of it. And I feel like and like I said, with the parenting card, if you are connecting with this person, you could wind up becoming parents out of it. But I feel like more so, it says parenting, focusing on your children. I feel like for some of you, you could already be parents. And I feel like, you need to be focusing on your kids first and foremost, especially if, this crazy crap is going on. That's going to affect your kid, and that's not going to be good for your kids either. So, definitely put your kids first. Just remember that blood is thicker than water. It always is. And, I myself, I've been the child in this situation once before. Just once, and it was a very, very, very long time ago when I was a teenager. But I know what it's like to have a parent who is dealing with someone who isn't the best person for them, who isn't good. So, your kids are probably more intuitive than you realize. So listen to them when they talk to you. So just listen to them. That's pretty important. And with crush here, I don't feel like this is connected to the toxic person, but I do feel like this is connected to a new person that will wind up coming your way. That, once you get past all this heartache and heartbreak and the transformation happens, like I said, you guys have the 10 of Cups here. Happily ever after is still going to happen. Once that transformation, once that death process is complete. And I feel like whoever comes along, it's going to be very sweet and innocent is what it comes down to, because that's kind of the energy that I get from this card with that crush energy. It's like young love. It doesn't have to be young love necessarily, but just kind of like that feeling of preciousness and innocence. And I feel like whoever comes in after this toxic situation, it's going to be like a breath of fresh air, basically. It's going to be just very sweet, very innocent, very kind. Just, total awe factor, pretty much. Okay, and we've got some cards from Amira's love oracle, so we're going to add in a little bit more love to the mix here. I wasn't expecting, so much love stuff to come through, but hey, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. So you guys have gifts, obstacles, and gossip. Okay, so we're going to start off with gossip here. And, once again, I feel like this gossip is going to wind up being tied to this not so great toxic-y person here. Because, when people gossip, what do they love to gossip about? They don't gossip about like stable, solid, healthy relationships. That's boring. You can't gossip about that. But people gossip about drama. That's what inspires gossip. That's what people thrive off of. People thrive off of drama. And that's exactly what's going on here in this, not so great love situation that is going to have to die in 2021. So I do feel like people are basically talking when it comes to this situation. People around you, people around this person, depending on how you know each other. It could be people at work, it could be people at school, it could be friends, family members, take it as it resonates. But people are definitely talking. Unfortunately, you guys are kind of providing the town their soap opera saga kind of thing. And, like a healthy and solid and stable relationship, it may be boring and people may not want to talk about it, but you will have so much more peace and so much more contentment, and it's not worth any of this shit. That's for sure. So, I do feel like there's going to be a lot of gossip surrounding this situation. We have obstacles here, which I feel is just like a good representation of everything that's going on here, whether it's in the gossip or, the painful endings and, the death process you're going to have to go through dealing with this person or whatever. It's not going to be easy. You're basically going to feel like you're hitting obstacle after obstacle after obstacle at some points this year. In a lot of ways, you may wind up going through 2021 and you're going to be asking yourself, is it even really 2021? Are we sure it's not just 2020 2.0? So you could be thinking that a lot. You could get discouraged a lot and get depressed a lot, unfortunately, because of this. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. It seems like whatever's coming through here for this pile, 2021 is not going to be an easy year. I do think it's going to be rewarding by the end of it because that transformation will be complete and you guys will have happily ever after. But there are going to be points that are going to be really difficult. And then we have gifts. On the plus side, on the positive side with gifts, I feel like this card is pretty much what you guys are going to be discovering through the transformation process. Because like I said, you guys are going to be learning and growing, transforming a lot. And the High Priestess is very gifted. Like I said, she is highly intuitive. She knows what's going on with everybody. So when I think of gifts, I think of that intuition. I think of that strong gut feeling that you guys are going to be tapping into. So the good thing is this is going to be a year where your gifts are really going to grow and expand, and it's going to help you in a beneficial way. Okay, we have a few cards here from the Divine Dog Oracle. How can we not? Because Shadow has been laying over here having his back turned to us, but that's okay. In pile 1, he kept walking over here and he wanted to sit on the cards. He was driving me absolutely bananas. I was like, dude, do you want to do the reading? Because I can't put the cards anywhere and I want everyone to be able to see what's going on, and they can't see. Instead, they're going to see you and they're going to see Shadow's butt sitting here. But anyway, that's besides the point. Okay. You guys have instinct, trust your intuition. Empathy, I see and hear you. And acceptance, loving what is. So we're going to start off here with acceptance, loving what is. So I feel like through this death process and transformation, you guys, you will ultimately come to a place of acceptance. Because if you think about death and grieving in general, it doesn't necessarily have to be dealing with a relationship, but just as a whole, what is it? I think there are 5 stages or something like that of going through the grieving process. You know, there's denial, there's anger, there's, I don't know what else there is, but I know acceptance is like the last phase that you go through basically. So I do feel like you guys are going to reach a point of acceptance when it comes to this, which is going to be very healthy and very helpful for you, because once you reach that point, you're actually in a point of power where you have more control over your life and what you can really do next. And you know, I feel like instinct and empathy kind of go hand in hand here, because, you know, with instinct, it says trust your intuition. And what was I saying earlier, you guys? Your gifts are going to be magnified here. They're going to grow. They're going to expand. You guys are going to step into that high priestess energy. Somebody who has a very strong intuition and just knows shit. So like I said, I feel like you guys are going to be growing strong in that instinct. You're going to be supersonically strong with that. And a part of having a really good intuition is being an empath, having a lot of empathy for others. And especially if you guys do wind up having a relationship fall apart with someone who is like a narcissist, the thing is, a lot of empaths attract narcissists into their lives. And, you know, it's not a fun thing and it's an unfortunate thing, but it happens more frequently than you know. So yeah, I feel like you guys are really going to be becoming stronger empaths, and, you know, really seeing and hearing and understanding people better. And part of that is going to be coming out of that intuition that's really going to be strong, getting stronger and growing deeper this year. So yeah, the really cool thing for you guys is it's going to be a major year of transformation. There are going to be times where it's going to be hell. And like I said, it's going to be low lows, but then super high highs. So there's going to be quite the death process here, quite the transformation. But you guys are going to have that happy ending, happily ever after. There's going to be good times, and those are going to be the high highs. Finally, to wrap things up here for you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, heal the sick that are therein, and say unto them, the kingdom of God is come nigh unto you. Luke 10:9. So basically this card is, you know, pretty much about healing. And I feel like 2021 is going to be a very healing card for you, because you guys are going to go through, unfortunately, a lot of pain and a lot of suffering in the first part of it probably. But you are going to be so transformed out of it, it's not even funny. By the time you look at yourself by like November, December of this year, you're going to see a completely different version of yourself than who you are today in this moment. And it'll be really cool if you guys remember to like come back to this video at the end of the year, and if that turns out to be you, come back and comment on this video and say, hey, that's me. I'm that transformed person. This happened, and this is my testimony. And that's the thing, you guys, like, everybody wants to have a testimony. Everyone wants to have a story to share, but you can't have a testimony without a test. And I feel like you guys are going to have a huge test this year, but you guys are going to ace it. You're going to pass it with flying colors. You're going to find healing in this. Lots and lots of healing, which is going to be beautiful and a really good thing. So anyways, that's what I see going on for you guys for 2021. I hope it made sense and it resonated. If the message didn't flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's just a simple small emoji, that's totally cool. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot too. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you also know when I'm going live, because, those are going to be happening more frequently too. And I would love to invite you guys to be a part of that and be able to come in and ask questions and stuff. And, yeah, so I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by, hang out here with me today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose a silver Santa Claus, and I'm laughing because my dog is like making weird noises in the bathroom, or in the background. He might as well be in the bathroom. He's being weird. He's been weird this whole time I've been doing these readings tonight. Anyway, here I am trying to introduce the Santa ornament. Then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is going to happen for you in 2021. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know. I'm just laughing at things, random things, whatever. You gotta laugh in life, right? Okay, so we're gonna start off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay these all down right here, and then we'll kind of put it together here and see what comes through, see what we get connecting the dots. You guys got the Five of Cups, the Page of Wands, the Emperor, the Three of Cups, Justice, and the Tower. Oh boy. Okay, you guys. All right. So here's what I see going on in your situation for you guys in 2021. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, I am automatically kind of picking up on a love situation specifically here. It could be something else, but just to give you guys a little heads up. So the first thing that I'm picking up here is with the Three of Cups. And usually the Three of Cups to me indicates a third party situation. So this would be you, someone else, and another person, pretty much. Now, this could be you balancing two people, or it could be somebody balancing you and somebody else. So take it as it resonates, but it seems like there's probably a third party situation going on. We have 3 unicorns here, so, there we go. But I feel like you guys aren't going to be able to handle this in 2021. And nobody should. No one should have to handle this. No one should have to, share with somebody else, or, basically be trying to have their cake and eat it too, kind of a thing. So I feel like at some point there's going to be a tower moment, because a third party situation, that's not a solid foundation. You can't build a relationship that's going to be healthy and good for you and stable out of a situation like this. So I feel like that's ultimately going to wind up leading to a tower moment. So your relationship with this person, or the other 2 people that you're involved with, will probably come crumbling and falling down, which is definitely, it's a painful and traumatic thing, but it's a good thing that needs to happen, because there's no way that that can possibly sustain itself. So there's probably going to be this tower moment, and it's going to be scary, and it's going to be hard. And I feel like in the aftermath of this tower moment, or another thing to say about the tower is you guys could simply wind up having an aha moment dealing with this third party situation, where it's like, it may not even necessarily end abruptly or dramatically or anything like that, but you could just kind of get to this moment of having an epiphany where you're just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this anymore. I do deserve better. I don't want to be involved in this mess anymore. Cancel my role in this, basically. So that could be a possibility too. But I feel like the aftermath of that tower crumbling is going to be difficult for you guys, because with the Five of Cups here, we have this unicorn here that's looking at the three cups in front of it, which you could basically consider those three cups the third party, the Three of Cups kind of a thing. But we have this unicorn focused on those three cups, and it doesn't look happy. It looks sad. It looks disappointed, and I feel like you guys are going to wind up feeling like that for a period of time after that tower comes crumbling down. You guys are going to be sad. You're going to be disappointed. You guys are going to be focused on basically the missed opportunities, the negative things of it. But what this unicorn doesn't realize, and what you guys don't realize, is there are two other cups sitting right here. And these cups are perfectly full. And, they have a delicious, wonderful drink in them for you to have. And what you guys probably won't realize is, even though, yes, this mess is here and this has happened, you have new opportunities awaiting you right over here. All you got to do is turn around and look at it. But there are going to be new opportunities, better opportunities, healthier opportunities in love around the corner for you guys, as long as you're not focusing on what has already fallen apart, on what has already happened. So I feel like that's where you guys are probably going to be at coming out of that situation. But I do feel like a new fire and a new desire is going to be planted inside of you. That's kind of what the Page of Wands is all about. It's about a fiery and a passionate new start, a new beginning. So yeah, I feel like that's what this is basically in reference to. So I feel like eventually you guys will notice those other two cups. You guys will eventually notice that there are other opportunities out there, that, your life is not over because this situation ended and fell apart. And you're going to have a spark. It's going to be a spark of hope, a spark of joy, a spark of energy, a spark of inspiration, just a renewed spark of passion and excitement in knowing that there are better things ahead for you. So there's going to be this passionate spark, this passionate new beginning. And when you find that spark, you're going to find justice. That justice will be served. So, coming out of that tower moment, looking at the Five of Cups here, where you feel like you've missed out on a lot and things are really unfair, eventually things are going to be made right. What was wrong is going to be made right. Where things were not fair, the scales are going to balance out and it's going to be made fair. So if things don't feel fair to you in the beginning, when you're first going through these experiences, don't worry, because everything that is wrong is always made right. If there's karma in a situation, karma knows their address, karma knows where they live. No one can outrun karma. So it's coming for them. But anyways, yeah, justice will definitely be served. So things will be made right. The most important thing is to try and not bring justice upon things yourself. Let God, the universe, let a higher power basically take care of that for you. That's the best way to do it. Just try not to take control of that situation yourself. And I believe that when justice is served, when justice comes, you guys are going to find your emperor. And the emperor is basically the embodiment of all the kings. He's one powerful dude. He's strong and he's confident, and, he rules it all. He's got it all going on. He is like the best guy to be with, basically. So I feel like coming out of this situation, that these two cups here, these other opportunities, is going to come in the form of someone new, someone better, someone stronger. You're going to be amazed. Like, there's just going to be someone super amazing coming your way, and he's going to be your emperor. He's going to be the emperor to your empress, and you guys are going to have just like an amazing life together. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's what I see going on for you guys with the tarot. But have no fear, we have more cards here, and we're going to tap in and see what's brewing with you guys. What else may be brewing for you in 2021? We have needing to stay safe, protection, keeping a promise, fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours, love is a battlefield, and watching the shit go down, enjoying the gossip. So we're going to start off here with the shit show, basically, of gossip. And I feel like this is pretty much going to be when that tower falls. And I feel like it's going to make it extra challenging because there are probably going to be other people who know about it. There are probably going to be other people around you who know about this third-party situation. Maybe this is people you work with. Maybe this is neighbors, your friends, your family, whoever it is. But there are definitely going to be people talking about this because, you know, let's face it, when people gossip, they don't gossip about people in healthy, happy, stable relationships. They talk about shit shows and drama and chaos and that kind of thing. That's how gossip survives and lives. So I feel like when that tower crumbles, people are going to be talking about it. And just like the outside chatter, it's going to make it a lot harder to pretty much stop looking at the mess that's in front of you, because it's like every time you turn around, someone's going to be talking about that mess, basically. So I do feel like that's going to be really hard. That's going to be a difficult thing to deal with. But that is something that will probably happen when the shit finally goes down. But on the plus side, I think you're going to be learning a lot out of this situation. You're going to be learning how to protect yourself better, because we have needing to stay safe, protection. So I do believe, you know, with all the gossip and all the chaos and, you know, things just kind of crumbling and falling apart, you're definitely going to be learning how to value yourself better, basically, learning how to protect yourself better, you know, even if that means like kind of going dark on social media temporarily or something, you're definitely going to wind up doing that. So I feel like you're definitely going to be protecting yourself, and it's really going to teach you guys how to value yourself better so you can fight for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. Like, you're really going to learn that this year, that yeah, love is a battlefield, but you're going to discover that fighting for healthy, stable love is what's going to be good for you, not people who are going to treat you as an option, not people who are going to balance you with somebody else or anything like that. Like, you're really going to make it a priority to be with someone who's healthy and strong, someone who's good for you, basically, someone who's going to fight for you just as much as you're going to fight for them. So yeah, I do feel like you're going to be learning that, and you're going to find that person in your emperor. And when you find that emperor, he's going to be someone who's going to keep his promises. He's going to be someone who keeps his word. He's going to be someone who has integrity and strength, and he's going to be healthy. He's going to be that stable one for you, basically. So yeah, so that's definitely what I see going on there. Now, from Amira's Love Oracle, I put Love Oracle cards into every group just in case not everyone was straight up love, but I really feel a strong love vibe going on with this one in particular. So yeah, let's see what you guys got. We have Wallflower, Young Male, and True Love. Okay, so with the Wallflower card, I feel like when you guys kind of go through like that crazy tower moment in that third party situation, it may make you feel a little cut off, basically. It may make you kind of shrink back and feel a little guarded and protected. You know, like I said here earlier with the protection card, you may feel like you need to protect yourself. And in doing that, you may just basically kind of turn into a wallflower, not on purpose, not like you don't want to socialize with people or you don't want to talk to people or anything, but you just may feel a little shy. You may not really feel like coming out of your shell, and you may be just like, yeah, you know what? I'm over here in my corner and I'm okay with that. And, you know, you guys go have fun or whatever, but, you know, I'm just going to stay back here. So you may go through a period of time where you're kind of like that. And you know what? Most of the time I would try and encourage people to say, yeah, you know, come out from, you know, sitting by the wall and have some fun and let loose and everything. But in this case, I'm going to say it's okay to go through that period of time. It's okay to be a wallflower, at least temporarily. You know, don't stay there forever, obviously, where you become so protected and so guarded that you never step foot out there again and you never have faith and trust in anything again. But I do believe that it is okay to take that time and to take that season and period of time to be a wallflower if that's what you need to be. Now, with young male, this could basically be the identity of one of two people. It could be the third party situation that winds up falling apart. It could wind up involving a young male. Or, on the flip side, the young male could be the emperor person, the person who's the good and solid and stable person who's going to wind up coming into your life at some point this year. So take it as it resonates. You know, he could be either person. I feel like the young male card is basically here to just kind of give you a little bit of an identity, a little bit of direction as to, you know, who this person may be. Just like a quality about them. And you guys have true love, who I definitely believe, once again, is that emperor. You know, once you get through this challenging time of the third party situation coming to pass and, you know, kind of cleaning up the mess that comes out of that tower situation, crumbling and tumbling down, you guys are going to find true love. True love is definitely out there for you. You know, I may be naive. I may believe in one too many Disney movies, and maybe I've watched one too many Hallmark movies, but I definitely believe that there is that one perfect person out there for every single one of us, that true love is real, that true love exists. You know, that it's important to not become so stone cold and hard-hearted and so incredibly cynical that we miss out on it, because it is there. And I feel like that is definitely available to you this year coming out of that situation. And we also have the Divine Dog Oracle. And let's see what the doggies have to say to you guys. We have forgiveness, set yourself free. Boundaries, stay in your own business. And fear, face the fear. All right, you guys. So we're going to start off here with forgiveness. So when you guys go through that tower moment where the tower crumbles and this whole third party situation basically explodes in your face, it's important to forgive the other participants in the situation. It's important to forgive maybe even those who had nothing to do with it but kind of stood by and gossiped. And it's important to forgive yourself and your own bad choices and mistakes that you made along the way. It's important to forgive every party in this situation. It doesn't matter if you reconcile with them or not. It doesn't matter if you continue to keep them in your life or not. You could say goodbye to them and never have anything to do with them again, and that's totally fine. But make sure that when you say goodbye, you have done it from a place of forgiveness, because when we don't forgive somebody, that keeps us in a prison. It keeps us in our own emotional and mental prison. And it's a place where bitterness and resentment can take root, which is extremely unhealthy. And bitterness and resentment is a lot harder to pluck out of our hearts than anger is. So make sure that you're forgiving this person, because that's definitely not something that you want to carry around for the rest of your life. It's going to prevent things like true love and your emperor from coming into your life, because you're going to be too closed off to it. And this is also going to be a time where you're going to be learning boundaries, stay in your own business. So it's definitely a time where you're going to be learning your own worth and your own value. And that way, then the next time someone comes along to you and they're like, hey, you want to be a part of our throuple? You're going to be like, no, thank you. I don't think so. I deserve better than that. So, and just remember, you guys, boundaries are different from walls. Walls prevents everyone from coming in, but boundaries is just selective. You know, think of it this way. Think of your life as like a nightclub, like a super elite Hollywood nightclub. And you are the bouncer at your own club, basically. And you have the lineup of people who are coming into it, who want to come into it. And you get to be the one who decides as the bouncer who comes in and who doesn't. So, you know, give them a once over before you let people into your club of your life, basically. And some people, yeah, they're cool, they're awesome, let them in. But the ones who are shady and shouldn't be allowed in, reject them, send them home. Don't let them be on the velvet rope. Don't let them in. And that's where boundaries come in, because boundaries allows what's right to come into your life, and it rejects what's not supposed to be there and sends it away. So look at it kind of that way. And then with fear, face your fear. I definitely feel like this tower moment is going to be teaching you a lot about, you know, facing your fears and, you know, getting to the point where it's like you can see those other two cups available to you here, and not allowing fear to control you, thinking that every situation is going to wind up like that tower moment, that every situation is going to turn out like that bad situation that you went through. And it's going to be like, hey, you know what? I need to be careful. I need to protect myself. I need to have boundaries. I need to, you know, tap into my intuition better. But I still need to be vulnerable. I still need to be authentic. I still need to allow people into my life. Otherwise, I'm going to be totally alone, basically. And turn that fear around into faith. Remember that fear is false evidence appearing real. So it's definitely going to be a time where you're going to be overcoming a lot of fears. So yeah, I feel like you guys are going to have quite the crazy emotional love roller coaster going on this year. A lot of ups and downs with that. But it's going to turn out good. You know, it may feel like the world is ending for a little while here with that third party situation, but true love is on its way, and it's going to be with an emperor. It's going to be with somebody who is a million times better than that shady ass that you may be dealing with right now, or you may encounter that you have yet to meet at some point this year. So, anyway, finally, from loving words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. John 14:27, which totally makes sense with like the fear card, facing your fears. So yeah, don't be afraid. Don't let your heart be troubled, even when it does feel troubled, I guess you could say, going through that stuff. But you got to have faith, you got to trust, and you know, you got to have faith and you got to have trust in something bigger than you, because us as mere human beings, we cannot fix this world. We cannot fix our lives and our own personal messes. So yeah, the point is here, like, don't let yourself feel badly, basically, and don't feel troubled. Have faith, have heart. Things are going to be better. And, you know, most importantly, God's got this situation. So that's what I see going on for you guys, for what's coming up for you in 2021. If this message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did resonate, if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, even if it's just a simple small emoji, like that makes a big difference too. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And not just for future videos, but also, As I yawn, I must be getting tired. But also, so you guys know about when future lives are happening, and you guys can kind of just like hop in on the lives and enjoy and have fun there and join in and ask questions. So yeah, there's that too, obviously. But otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose this little silver Christmas tree, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is going to happen in 2021. What's in store? I don't know. We're going to dig into it right now. Okay, so we're going to start things off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay the cards down here, and then we're going to connect the dots, see how they relate to one another, and get into this. So you guys have the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Fool. And you know what's so funny? I pulled 6 cards, can I talk? 6 tarot cards for every single group, and for some reason, you guys somehow got an extra one because you also have the Knight of Swords. But you know what? We're just going to go with it and take it and throw it into the mix here because it must have come out that way for a reason. That's really random that happened. So anyway, let's get into this, you guys. So, it seems like you guys are honestly going to kind of have a struggle this year. And I hate being the bearer of bad news when it comes to that, because I know a lot of you guys had a really difficult and challenging 2020, but I feel like in a lot of ways there are going to be more challenges or like a continuation of the challenges from 2020 going into 2021. And it's going to kind of feel like 2020 2.0 in a lot of ways. So the first thing that I'm seeing here with the Ten of Wands is I feel like you guys are going to be carrying a lot of burdens in 2021. That's what the Ten of Wands is all about. It's about carrying burdens. You know, as you can see, this unicorn really just has a load of wands that it's carrying around, and it's heavy and it's not easy. And you know, this could be a lot of things. It could be just like a lot of responsibilities that you have in your life. It could be things that you're doing on your job. It could be family responsibilities. You know, it could be paying off debts or something. It could be just like a lot of stuff. It could be pressure at school. So take it as it resonates. But I feel like you guys are just going to be carrying a lot, like a lot more than what is necessary, basically. And just taking on way more stress and pressure than you need to for yourself. These are probably burdens that you could probably alleviate by either like sharing the load with other people, or, you know, ultimately just kind of casting your care upon God and saying, yes, these are things that need to be taken care of, but I'm going to consciously make the choice to not be stressed out and to not be worried about these things, even though I know it's a reality I have to deal with. So part of this is about your mind frame and how you handle it, but I don't feel like you guys are going to be handling it necessarily the best way, because we also have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is all about anxiety. It's about sleepless nights. As you can see, the unicorn on this card, you know, it looks like it's in bed. It looks like it's trying to get some sleep, but it's not really sleeping. It looks upset. It looks like it's crying in its bed, basically. And I feel like that's going to be kind of you guys, like kind of having these nights where you're crying yourself to sleep because there's just so much pressure on you, and it's creating all this anxiety. So, this isn't a good place to be. This isn't like a fun place to be whatsoever. And like I said, all these pressures could be a lot of different things. It could mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. It's a general reading, so take it as how it would apply in your life, obviously. But yeah, this is not an easy thing to deal with, that's for sure. And with the Five of Pentacles here, the Five of Pentacles can kind of come across as like living in poverty. The two unicorns on this card, one is wearing like this ratty and tattered blanket. This other one has a bandage on its leg. They're walking along in the snow and the cold, and they're not doing so well. So I feel like it's not that you guys are going to be living in poverty in 2021, but I feel like you guys are going to feel like you are. You're going to feel like you can basically never get ahead. You're going to feel like you're always kind of falling behind. Even if, your bills are still getting paid on time, even if it's just barely, even if you're still able to put food on the table, even if it's just like super cheap stuff, super discounted, from like the 99-cent store or something. Even if you guys still have a roof over your head, but maybe it's not like the biggest and most spacious place in the world, and it may be like a shitty little apartment or something, you guys are going to feel like you're living in poverty. There's like actual poverty, and then there's like a poverty mindset. And I feel like you guys are going to kind of have that based upon all this stress and weight and burdens you're going to be carrying around, which is creating a lot of anxiety. So you guys are just going to kind of feel like you can never catch up, in a sense, like you're constantly running in the the mouse wheel. So yeah, and I feel like in turn you guys are going to have things that you're going to be balancing, because that's what the Two of Pentacles is about. It's about balancing two different things. But considering you guys are going to be having so much pressure and anxiety on you, like so much of the Ten of Wands here, which is clearly like more than one burden, I feel like the different things you're going to be balancing is like more than one thing. But it's definitely going to feel like a balancing act. For example, you could be a single parent that's balancing raising your kids, making sure that they're doing their schoolwork and everything, because a lot of kids are doing school online because of the pandemic. You could be working a full-time job, either in or outside of the house, depending on, once again, what's going on with you personally and the pandemic. You could be trying to have some kind of semblance of a social life with friends or family or love interest or something, and it's become a lot. You could have a lot of bills on your plate. You could be trying to pay off student loans. You could be in school. You could be like going back to school and balancing that with things as well. So it could be a lot of different things, but I feel like there's definitely a balancing act going on here. And all of this is kind of putting you into this Queen of Swords energy. And the Queen of Swords, she is someone who is powerful because she is a queen, but at the same time, she's kind of icy and she's kind of cold. And the only reason why she is because she's been hurt in the past and she's dealt with some shit. She's been through some things. And you guys have definitely been through some things. So the unfortunate thing is, while I do feel like you guys are strong enough to kind of balance it all, the bad thing is you may not be necessarily handling it the right way, being a little icy and cold here with the Queen of Swords, which means it may be hard to let people in to help you if you're kind of like putting up this icy and cold exterior. But I do feel like you guys need to step out and take a few risks and take a few new challenges. Not to like add to the burden or anything here, but kind of like take a leap of faith here as the Fool, because that's what the Fool does. They take a leap of faith. They don't necessarily think about the consequences. They just do. They just try it and find out. Step out and find out. And I feel like you guys may need to do that to kind of help take the burden off, if anything, and help relieve some of the stress. Because sometimes a lot of this anxiety comes from like overly having things planned, overly thinking, over analyzing things. And the Fool doesn't overthink, the Fool doesn't overanalyze, the Fool just does. He just goes. So you guys may need to let loose and just kind of like do things spontaneously every once in a while. Just to like lighten up and loosen up in a sense, because I feel like you guys might be a little type A where you're a little rigid and you have a certain routine and a certain schedule. You get up at the same time every day. You have the same thing for breakfast every day. You go to sleep at a certain time, the whole 9 yards. But you guys may need to loosen up a little bit. And with the Knight of Swords, I feel like somebody is going to be rushing in to give you their truth at some point this year, because that's what the Knight of Swords does. The swords is all about thoughts and truths and that kind of thing. And the Knight of Swords, he comes in and he moves in very swiftly and quickly, as this unicorn is doing. It's definitely a card of action. So I do feel like someone is going to take action towards you and deliver a truth towards you. It could be a romantic thing, it could be a work thing, it could be anything in any of those areas. But I feel like whoever this person is, there's someone who wants to like come in and deliver a truth to help you. Someone who's going to want to help lift some of these burdens and anxieties off of your shoulders, because you've been, bearing the load too much on your own. And I feel like it's someone who wants to come in and help you. So I feel like that's kind of where we're started. Let's see where else we're going here. We're going to take a look at what's brewing to see quite literally what is brewing in 2021 for you guys. And we have keeping you a secret, running away, coming in after you, and investigating. Okay, so I feel like for some of you guys, one of the many burdens and one of the things you guys are probably going to be balancing during this year is going to be a love situation. And I feel like at first, some of the sleepless nights and burdens and anxiety is basically going to come from the place of this person, in a sense, not really acknowledging you. It's like you guys may be connecting and everything, but it's almost like this person's gonna at first kind of treat you like a dirty little secret. Like, I don't know, maybe they're with somebody else and you're with somebody else or something like that, and it's gonna be kind of like this secret affair on the side or something. Even if there's nothing like that, where it's not like anyone has somebody else, it could be just the fact that they're keeping you a secret because maybe they're not necessarily ready to go in full force and be committed or anything. They may kind of treat things a little bit more haphazardly and casually and that kind of thing. So I feel like at first that's where things may start. And, it's like, if you do tell this person, hey, I'd really like you to be here for me, I'd really like us to, take this deeper or something, that person may run away at first, which is not uncommon. And that happens a lot. It's like they get freaked out. It's like a guy, like, commitment. I can't take that. Get me out of here. So that may wind up happening. It may wind up scaring them at first, but even though they're going to run away, I feel like during the time that they're away, they're going to be investigating. Basically, they're going to be keeping their eye on you. It's like, they may disappear, they may ghost you, but they're probably going to be checking in on you on social media. They're probably going to be like looking at what you're doing, seeing who you're talking to, that kind of stuff, asking around about you, whatever the case may be. So it's like, even though they may run away physically, in terms of their physical presence. On an energetic standpoint, they're not really going to be gone. It's going to be like playing hide and seek with a child or something. It's like they run away. You can clearly see that they're, hiding underneath the bed or something, but you act like you can't see them, like you don't know that they're there. That's kind of going to be how they're going to be like. But eventually, this person is going to come in after you. They're going to come in with their truth, which backs up this card completely. And this was the 7th card that wasn't originally supposed to come out, but it came out anyways. And look, we've got the 2 knights here. And look, it's a Knight of Swords. He's got a sword back here, just like the Knight of Swords here. So this is clearly a Knight of Swords who is going to come in, and they are going to share their truth. And, they're going to kind of go through their own crazy transformation this year, this person, where they're going to kind of go from denial to acceptance of this connection. So it really is going to come full circle for them, which will, ultimately turn into a good thing for you. And let's see what we have here with Amira's Love Oracle. Even though we kind of have like a love situation kind of already getting into place here, let's see what these cards have to say too. So we have work, family, and twin flame. So starting with the twin flame card, it's pretty obvious that this person you're going to be dealing with will most likely be your twin flame. And that doesn't surprise me with the whole runner dynamic. Now, if this person does run away from you, my first tip and suggestion to you is do not chase this person. Because someone who's being chased, they're not going to want to be found. Think of it this way. If your dog runs away from you, instead of chasing after it, like the trainers and everything recommend instead that you stand there and you call their name instead, and you have them come to you. So, this is no different. Otherwise, the dog is going to think it's a game and you're just chasing after it. So don't run after this person. Let them come to you. You just stand your ground, and they're going to be like, oh, I should really go back there. But doesn't surprise me. That confirms that this person is your twin flame. You might already know who this person is. This could be someone that you've been dealing with prior to 2021. And if you have no idea who this person is, and this isn't a situation that's happening to you whatsoever, it could be someone who could be coming along in 2021 for you. Now with work and family, I don't feel like either of these are necessarily tied to anything romantic for you guys, although it could be possible that, maybe this is someone that at work or something like that. But I feel like more so, these are just certain elements that you guys are probably going to be dealing with in terms of your burdens and responsibilities this year. You're probably just going to have a lot on your plate between work and family. Like I said, you could have kids. Even if you don't have kids, maybe you have other people in your family who depend on you, like a brother or a sister or nieces, nephews, maybe you're taking care of elderly parents. So, take it as it resonates. But, family is family. So either way, I feel like there's definitely going to be responsibilities on your shoulders in both work and family, clearly here in love, just in everything. You guys are going to have just a lot of things you're going to be navigating throughout 2021. We also have some divine doggies here for you. And we have excellence, do your best. Vulnerability, the strength to show yourself. And guidance, help is on the way. Okay, so first of all here, you guys, with vulnerability, especially dealing with a twin flame situation, I do feel like, whoever this person is that you're going to be dealing with, they're basically going to be opening you up. So if you were feeling like the Queen of Swords here and being kind of icy and cold and closed off, I feel like this person will be opening you up. You know, whether you like it or not, you have no choice. They're going to basically open you up and make you more vulnerable and make you be more transparent and authentic than you realize that you could be before. And with excellence, do your best. I feel like this is kind of like a double-edged sword for you guys this year, because in some ways you're going to be expected to do your best, basically, whether it's in your home, in your work life, whatever it is. I feel like there's going to be a lot of expectations and pressure on you to do your best, which is kind of where those burdens and those responsibilities and stresses come from. However, I do believe that you guys are strong and you guys are agile, kind of like the dog here in the picture. And you guys do have the capability inside of you to be excellent and to do your best. And I do believe that you will, and I believe that you want to. I believe that you might be the kind of group that even like thrives under pressure. You know, you might get bored and destructive in a sense if things are a little slow. But I do feel like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's hard when people have high expectations on you, but at the same time, you guys are able to meet those demands. You're able to meet that level of excellence. And we have guidance. Help is on the way. So the important thing to remember, you guys, is through everything that you're going to be carrying throughout 2021, help is there for you. And I feel like that's definitely something that you're going to be learning, and that you don't have to carry the burden all for yourself. That there is help around you, whether it's friends, family members, your coworkers, you know, this person who's your love interest here or whatever. You know, there is a support system around you who wants to be there for you and who wants to help you succeed. So, you know, definitely take advantage of that. And even more so than the people around you, there's guidance from above. You know, you're never in this alone because God has you. God has your back. And any and all burdens we can always bring to his feet, no matter where we're at, no matter what we're doing, no matter how crazy things are. We can always bring those things to his feet. And you know, it's so much better when we let him have the wheel and we let him take the driver's seat in these situations than ourselves, because we can truthfully get ourselves into a big fat mess most of the time. Finally, you guys, from loving words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. The greater works than these than these shall he do, because I go on to my Father. So, you know, this card is basically kind of talking about works, pretty much, which is, you know, kind of like works of faith. It's doing like actions and that kind of thing to make a difference, rather than just like sitting around and praying and that kind of stuff. And I feel like it's just an important reminder to just keep doing that. And I feel like you guys probably already do that, because you kind of already have a lot going on your shoulders. But just keep doing that. Keep having faith. Keep doing the right things. And you guys are going to be A-okay. So anyways, that's what I see going on for you guys and what is coming up for you in 2021. Hopefully this message resonated and made sense. If it didn't flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple small emoji. And also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you also know when upcoming lives will be happening, because like I said, they're going to be happening soon. And then you guys will get the notification when they do, and you can hop on in, join the live, and get a question answered. So yeah, otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys chose to hang out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely means the world to me, and it warms my heart. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.